Hello. Hello. Okay, so I'm here. I had to get a cup of tea. It was required. So who is it? Bobby and Sean. Hello. Xing, Woof, Hacknug, Alex, Reaper. Nice to see you. It is a pleasure to have everyone. Nice people are here. Okay, so we are, and Edward. Yes. So much to do. So I nearly thought, no, there's going to be no time to do a stream, but we'll do a stream. Okay, so there's lots that can be merged, but some really nice docs POs, by the way, really nice that I'm planned to be merging in. Not me, but Camille here and Alex. There's lots of good things, but I'm actually just going to filter them out because I'm basically happy with them. I just need to have a look. I'm going to filter out documentation PRs. I'm going to filter out draft PRs. And specifically, I'm interested in some things that we were deferring to a minor release. So there's lots of stuff here. And there's some pretty exciting stuff as well. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. So this is the 3.16 milestone. I've added a few things to this, and we can merge them in. I think we can merge them in. So there are a couple here from Anthony that we can definitely add. And oh, I know, it's partly my fault as well that it's taken so long. Okay, so we have, this is more significant to merge first. Go on. Okay. Ah, there we go. So granular debug options. This is, it's not out of date, it just needs to be rerun. I need to fix this flaky spar preloader. I even opened an issue. If anyone wants to tackle it, I would be delighted. Okay, so this granular settings, and I'm pretty sure we had a conversation back and forth, and we decided on what the settings would be. We simply haven't merged it because we were waiting for the minor. So let's see. We have got debug modules, debug templates, debug watchers, debug nitro, debug hooks. All seems right. We had this conversation anyway. And we have the options which are set here. Well, honestly, if modules are, oh yeah, if anyone is just checking nuxt options debug as truthy, then there might be an issue here, right? So, oh, thankfully we keep false as the default value, so that should be fine. So if they're just checking truthy, then it should be fine, because truthy means, even if it's an empty object, it means some kind of debugging should happen, which will preserve existing behavior. So that's fine. Okay. I think I'm happy with this. I think it's just a straightforward merge. The only thing we still have a, what do you mean, what if it is an object? If it's an object, then it is truthy. So there's some kind of debugging happening if it's an object, right? Or am I missing something? So if they're just checking if it exists, then that's matching the current behavior. the user can still set it to true, I think. Right, checking out this PR. Merge the latest changes, and then specifically I need to reset the playground. So get checkout origin main playground because we don't want to merge this. And I think that's it. Oh, the fact that this is this actually would let a module extend it. I'm not sure where well, like modules could opt into the new behavior, right? So they could then respect the object because it will be normalized by the time it comes to them. So because the implementation in the schema will always return an object if it's truthy. So it's not going to ever return just true. It's going to return that. Okay. So, ooh, what is? Oh, it's because it's a module that exists. Right. Remove playground module. Oops. Okay, so I think that is the only change. I think everything else looks good. Let's just check. Yeah, those are all the usages. And I think I'm totally good with this. Do you have any suggestions, Alex? I mean, I'm just sort of responding, but I don't mean to be like, do you think we should be doing anything different? For if anyone is wanting to know, this is what we are looking at this point. No, it's worth. So tell me if what I'm saying back to you doesn't make sense or you don't agree with it, because so my thought is backwards compatibility. If people are just testing truthiness, then it's good. I mean, we can always see what people are doing with nuxt options debug, right? So we could do something like where is it being used in the world? And it's being used, okay, we'll have to filter out forks. And now that is interesting. So nuxt schema org is passing it in here, unchanged. So no, it's fine because it's just testing its truthiness. But there will still be a hey Jan, there will still be a like a type arrow when upgrading. We have nuxt. This is itself a fork. This is a fork. That's going to be fine. That's also Harlan. It looks to me like it's going to be fine. Oh, this is interesting. That's not going to work. Glad to hear it, safe node. So that would probably need to be a little bit, let's see what this module is. I mean, having said that, in terms of like looking at what is, oh, for goodness sake, what is available on GitHub, everything generally is looking very positive. Why is it so slow? Okay. something else then. Okay, so this is what we're following. This is a component library. So it seems old. It's 3 years old. So that is worth being aware of. Oh, I've lost all my, okay. Minus is fork, and what else did we say? That's the main thing, I think. So, it's weird. I'm sort of getting what is this? A direct. Someone's checked in their node modules. No, we don't want that. But basically, Martin. Oh no, that's a fork as well. Okay, I think I'm fine with it basically. I think anything there is outside of the use, but if someone wants to make a PR to mid-stall to adopt the new behavior, then they can. Actually, I'll do it right now. So we have module and we have somewhere debug. So what we are going to want to say here is edit fork. It's so easy to do it, right? If you spot that there's an opportunity, so what we do is Boolean nuxt options debug toString fix forward compatibility for nuxt for 3.16. Create pull request with the merge of nuxt options debug may be an object, and so the current behavior will throw an error. This change should Rigora, nice to see you. Backwards, forwards. Daniel. I desperately need to give you some further comments on your PR. And where did you comment? Did you message? Did you email me? Did you? I'm very aware that I'm missing. I need to get back to you on that. Slack. Yeah, I hate Slack. Sorry about that. Which probably explains why I have not had a reminder of it. Okay, but I do very much need to get back to you on that. So I'm talking, by the way, about this nuxt module for kind. Daniel works for kind, I think, actually originally through the nuxt configuration. And basically this, there's a PR here which has a problem from my point, or did have a problem from my point of view, which it's possible Daniel has handled, but I basically need to review it. And Slack is just, it's a pain. It is. Slack is a terrible pain. You have to log into everything. You don't have shared direct messages. They're per server. So, you know, if you log out from one server, then you're out. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a reason. I know why it is the way it is. I just don't like it. Okay, so what are we doing? Cool. Any commits 3.x need to be rerun. Hopefully that's passing. Right. So we're going to, so we're merging this, and we need this to be, we need to be merged into here, basically. And we just need to confirm that stuff works as expected. We have a diff for some reason. On change, yeah. Okay. This I'm also very excited about as a PR. It closes quite a few issues, and it looks really good to me. I just want to add a test for it. Alex Minighost has been doing such really, really great stuff for Nuxt. I'm very pleased with it. This is also something that we might be able to merge in a minor. And this definitely is. This is great. So this adds type hints for props and slots for Nuxt page, which is just really, really, really nice. I think it's good to go. But we'll test it on stream in a second. Who are you, Pratik? Which Pratik are you? You've been trying to search for me on Twitter, or you've been trying to search for Alex or someone else on Twitter. Because lots of us have left. A lot of open source maintainers have said goodbye to Twitter. Blue Sky is great. There's lots of active conversation on Blue Sky. So there was a really interesting chat. Pratik, great, you're looking for me. I feel in demand. There is a very interesting, who was it? Patak Matthias was talking yesterday. Started with an article from Anthony. And Orbis, nice to see you. An article from Anthony that basically ended up in a very, very long debate from lots of open source maintainers, including Cyber Alien from Icons. Camille, yes, it's so good. I was just saying, if you had joined me earlier in this PR, I was complimenting in this stream, I was complimenting your PR. So there's lots of stuff going on. So if you're not on Blue Sky, get on Blue Sky, because we're all there and we're talking about sort of, I think, good stuff. Right. Oh, do you know I should say that I'm live. Am I live now? Oh yes. I also want to have like a playing thing to like whatever I'm listening to, whatever music I stick on my website, because that seems quite fun, right? No. Evan threw Cal's performance under the bus. Really? I love cal.com. I've got nothing bad to say about it. Obviously, it would be better if it were written in Vue. I mean, what can we say? Come on, Sean, what are you doing? Why haven't you rewritten it all in Nuxt by now? That's the real question. But I don't hold people's frameworks against them. Just me joking. Okay, right. What I would love to do here is add, while we're waiting for the CI to pass there, which it certainly will. I see. I miss out on the beef because I'm not on Twitter, so I don't see Evan doing the stuff. Ooh, no, it's about next. It's not about Cal. It's about next. Oh, I see. He wishes it would be snappier. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. I'll have to have a look at that. Okay, so that is that there were those two issues there. Right. We can check that. Okay, so let's add some tests for this one while we're at it. So we have a PR. And let's merge latest changes. And let's see if we can create a regression test for, how could we do this? For something like this. Okay. So the idea is we So we have, I guess, nuxt page, it has keep alive, and we visit one page, and how is it described? Visit A, go back. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there's several issues here, but I guess the first question is, can we reproduce the bug? And actually, let's start on main. And it feels like this might also be possible to do in like a runtime test even. So let's try routing test.ts. Let's see. We'll try it keep alive. This might be a terrible idea. So this is running in a nuxt runtime environment. So we should be able to, oh, and I probably have to, I think I built to test something earlier. Okay, we're going to describe keep alive. And what we want is to say it should not remount a page when keep alive is enabled. So we want to test it. Joaquin, nice to see you. So we want to test include, exclude, and then Boolean values for keep alive. So if we had and we need to use nuxt page. So I think we therefore can just import nuxt page in. Oh, we also need to have a like a some routing going on. Now the one thing about this, so we have a vtest.nuxt config, and we currently, do we have pages enabled? Let's try vtest c vtest.nuxt.config, and we're going to run keep alive. And what's this? Oh, do I have to install some dependencies maybe? Try that one more time. And so what it should do is we have nuxt page. We're passing. Okay, so we're going to say app is going to be defined component, and it's going to have a setup function which is going to return nuxt page, I guess, and somehow we're going to have to mock. We're going to handle navigation, and we're going to have that somehow. So we'll have, basically we're returning next page, and it's going to have some options, which should be prop. We have some options. Oh yes, this is the placeholder, because we have it. We're running these tests without a routing environment. So let's see if I can enable a routing environment and create a slug somehow. Yes, okay, I'm having okay, so we're basically going to say pages true. So we're going to force view router, and let's just run this to make sure we don't break any other test by doing that. And I think we have. Okay, we've broken that. So we probably need in 3 test files. Todd, nice to see you. Joaquin, what do you need? So nuxt fonts is just always use the default module.d.ts or d.mts. So it's never used the types, the generated types.d.nps, because it's not needed any of the things that Nuxt module builder does in that file. But it shouldn't affect you. You should use camera is flipped. Really? Pratik, I hope your transition should be nice and straightforward. I don't think my camera is flipped. This is my left side, and this is my right side. This is accurate. How can it normally be the other angle? It looks right to me. Why am I usually flipped? What are you, on Discord? Oh, that must be what. Okay, is this mirroring? I'm so confused. I haven't set anything special. This is just like my video camera. Yeah, okay, mirrored. Okay, pages, true. And we need to also add a hooks. We'll add a hook and we'll say pages extend, and we will push an empty pages.push, an empty route, and it's going to have a path. It's going to need to be catch-all, and I guess it has to have a component. What happens if it doesn't? Why is that failing? Oh, data clone. Interesting. That's maybe a test utils bug. We have a setup runtime. What can we do there? We could try. Okay, we're structure cloning it. Can I just do cloner? Let's try cloner. Seems to be the same issue. Why is it not cloning? Oh, now we have something else trying to clone it. So this is now being thrown by vtest, which can't clone it by passing it into the worker environment. Okay, so it's not good enough to clone with cloner. We have to do this in a slightly different way. So I think, what do we need to do? We somehow need to add some pages. Pages module. Scan pages. Oh. Scan, oh no, not that. We need to resolve the pages routes. And basically we can, oh, we probably don't need to do this at all. What we probably can do is create another file and basically have, we'll call this router options.ts, and we will call this, it will have, I'm going to grab the default. Wait, we already have a, okay. Router options. We're excluding the docs, I guess. For goodness sake. Router options. Router dot options. Router dot options. For goodness sake. Right. I'm just going to grab something from here. I was just looking for the types. Okay. What an interesting VS Code setup. I'm hoping that is a positive comment and not a totally negative one. But we'll see. So we're going to return a... oh, Alex, you're very kind. We're going to just basically return a new array like this, and it's going to have a component, I guess. What is it complaining about? Oh. Right. It needs to have a component. That component is going to be the find component, and it's basically going to do nothing. So we'll just have a setup, and it's going to return, yeah, an empty thing. So there we go. We have routing set up, I think. Let's try that again. Totally could have talked all day. I agree. Now, why? Oh, we've not pointed it to this. So we need vtest.nuxt.config, and we're going to say, where is it? We're going to place this in a that was in here, copy relative path, vtest config, and then we basically have a dir app is going to be file URL to path, new URL, and we are already in test. No, we're not. We are there. So I think that's what we need to do. Let's try that one more time. No. File URL to path. Options.ts. That is right. So why is this not resolving? Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to avoid me. Other footage. That's worrying. That's deeply worrying. So pages module. Router options files. Let's just Ooh. That's weird. Oh, I see. We never get to that point. So, or we should. We need somehow to filter these out a little bit. We know it's occurring on this, so we'll just run that one instead. Okay, so we're overriding pages to be true, but for whatever reason, okay, this is probably something that I've done in nuxt test utils, and I just have to see what it is. Do we have anything? We're not overriding any of those things. So then why? App. So at the very least, this should run. So we have his pages enabled. We should that should run. So okay, it is running. Great. So we have a user preference. Let's just see if that exists. And it's set to false. So we need to set it to true again. Oh, it's probably set to false from here. From here. This is where it's set to false. So that's why. So actually this might be a simpler thing to resolve. Rather than do any of this, we're just going to go into that nuxt config file, and we're going to add the hook that we wanted to add in the first place, which was pages extend, and then we are going to pages.push, add a path to a catch-all, and see if that works. Seems not. Maybe because there's no... This is ridiculous. Okay, so we had pages.module. Sorry, people, this is probably very boring for you. Cedric, nice to see you. So here we have user preference true. Let's just log these. I'm just going to move those up so we can log them. Okay, so it is logging the router options file that we created, our custom one. Oh no, this is the default one. So well, did I remove the? I think I removed my custom thing, right? Let's try one more time. Okay, it's not resolving. Why is that? Is the dir app? What's going on with the dir app? Let's try that again. Console. So this is running now. So we should be able to say this. Okay, so that should. Interesting. So the app isn't overriding it properly. Okay, let's handle that in here then instead. We'll just say the app, and then we have our vtest.nuxt config, and we'll just pull this in here like that. Yeah, so it's now pulling it in, and we can drop that, and we can drop that. Let's try this one more time. Lucas, nice to see you. Building something with Nuxt. Lovely. Okay, so at last we're at the point where we can like close all of this stuff out, drop our changes to the module, and basically I think these things we've added. This we can update as well. Let's just check that every other test file still works correctly. Routing utilities, and this is use route expect array, and it should have a not have a ref. There we go. Should provide a root. Okay, so that's fine. We'll have to update that test as well. And then now we can return to keep alive, which is the main thing that we wanted to do now that we have an actual test. And what we can do, I think, at this point is like add our own route to the router. So we're going to say const router is use router, router.add route. We're going to say, I think we can add it to like the top like that. And we can say, yeah, we've got our home. A path is going to be home, maybe. And we need some indication we've been there. So let visits equals 0. And we're going to run visits plus plus. And so we're going to, in this case, we are not going to do anything with app because we already have that involved. We're going to say await navigate to home, expect visits to be 1. No. Okay, we've navigated to home. Do we have to wait a next tick? Await next tick. Let's just see. No. How about router push home? Oh, because Nuxt page isn't rendering. Okay, so we have to render it. So basically what we're going to do is say, we did need that app. So app is going to be define component setup, and we're just going to render Nuxt page. And we're going to mount it, mount suspended app. Okay, and then it's now working. Okay, so maybe that's all we needed to do. Now, we'll just say navigate to and see if it still works. Cool. Now, we're going to navigate back. Do we need next tick? Now we're going to navigate back. And now we're going to navigate to home again. And it should be 2. Excellent. So this is totally working as expected. Lucas, the answer is it depends on when Nitro is released. And Puyo is working quite hard to release it, but it's quite frustrating for him as well. So I apologize, it's not out yet. But hopefully you're not being held back. So all the features are coming into the 3.x release branch. It's just the breaking changes. Okay, so this is good. So this this defines the default behavior. So what we're going to do is probably set this up. Fishy, nice to see you. It's been a while. So should reload setup every time a page is visited without keep alive. And so this is basically the behavior we're describing here. And then what we want to do is it shouldn't remount a page when keep alive is enabled. So if we have we need to clear roots, right? So router clear roots like that, I guess. And I think we need to do this in before each. So before each, no. Before each from vtest, we are going to pull in router, add root, and we are going to let visits equal 0. We're going to reset that and update it. So then we should be able to get rid of this here. And this here. And I guess the other thing is we probably need to we only need one of these, one app, one global app that's mounted. But the problem is that Ponky, nice to see you. Yes, Alex, you should create that short. You very much should create that short. Okay, so we have a before each, we mount the app. So we don't want to be doing this every time, but we also need a way to configure the keep alive for the app. So we somehow need to remount it maybe. Is there a way to unmount it? Yes, okay. That's what we do, right, of course. So we have, okay, so now we actually do this a little bit differently. So we're just going to do this here, and we're going to say unmount. And now it, yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is good. So we have our basic component. And so we, sorry if that was really loud. Tea with a drop of maple syrup. Yes, Edward, you are amazing. You are the only person in the world who has given me maple syrup. So I really appreciate it. Taipan, thank you. Okay, so this is right. This is what it's doing. And we could even make this simpler like that, and even make it simpler still like that. Okay, so basically we have our root, we detecting the visits, and so now what we want to do is to be able to define some keep alive behavior and say, I've never had tea or coffee with maple syrup, so I'll definitely have to try that. So we're going to pass keep alive true, and it's all lowercase. So now what we expect is for it to be 1. Excellent. Now we want to test the behavior when you have include enabled. The cat definitely wants to know. She has had so many cuddles today, you would not believe it from listening to what she says. As far as she's concerned, she is totally, you know, she is very, very, Florent, nice to see you. What am I doing? Okay, yeah, use the hammer. That's right. I'm going to make, that's going to be a quote. Yes. Okay, so we have granular enabling. So we basically have like include home and exclude, I guess, home. So this should also still be 1, but it isn't. So this is one of the bugs that was sort of indicated. Ooh, I love the sound of that, Alex. It is very tricky. I tried to do it as well. But if you have something, I'm sure we could make it, we could get it up there. I'm sure we could do that. We could work on that if you want. So, okay, so this is our failing test. I love failing tests. Okay, we're going to stash this. And now we're going to check out the PR that we were looking at a moment ago. And we're going to check out, what is it? Fix. Okay. And we're going to apply it. And now we're going to run it again. And hopefully it should pass. It doesn't. So that is very, oh, but that also, it might also be that, she needs to come, poor little cat, poor cat, so abandoned. Is it so pitiful? So she probably thinks I'm talking to her. So when I'm talking to you, like when I'm streaming, and the other day I was on I was recording a podcast, and I think she must think I'm talking to her. Like, she is the most important person in the room, and here I am talking to her, and she is responding. Yes, here I am. Pet me. So when I don't pet her, it's probably very hard for her. Yes, you want to see her look. Here is her look. Look at the camera. Look. The camera is of no interest to her at all. But she is very sweet. I wish I had some kind of like hammock or sling so I could just sort of put her here and still have access to my hands. What do you think? What do you think? Okay. We need to add a root. We also need to, I think there's another piece of the puzzle that was missing. Oh. We need to identify the parent root. So the parent root is here. She's been abandoned. We're going to call it name catch-all. Is that enough? Can I give a parent root to a name? Does that work? Oh. Interesting. We will add a param. Oh, it has to have a catch-all as well. It's a bit weird. I feel like, oh, maybe I just have to add a, I have a catch-all, but I also need to add a root that's just like this. like that. And then I'll just add it to root. And I'll give it a child. That's give it a children, right? Okay, so yeah, children. And it's going to have this as a child. Okay. I can't believe you're doing this. Claws. There are claws going into me. I will have you know, there are claws going in. Oh, we were going to clear the root, right? So, there we go. Huh. I'm getting lost in this. Okay, path should be that. Catch-all path should be that. Oh, the issue is I'm clearing the roots. Oh, catch all. Goodness. What are you even saying? Okay, seeing everything. Yes, a baby carrier. Yeah, she is beautiful. I know, she'd think we were crazy, right? What are we even doing? What are we even doing? Okay, so I don't want to clear all roots. I want to, can I just add a root? Why do I have to give it a parent name? Shouldn't it just work if I pass this? Can I replace router dot find? Remove root. There we go. That's what we're doing, right? Okay. So after each. And it should be a name, home, and it should actually be on root, right? Non-existent root, home. Yeah. Okay, so now we just have some numbers. Why do we have numbers mismatching? I'm sure, or is it this one? No. Okay. Was this really broken? Have I just broken the test, or is this genuinely the branch isn't working? So, okay, it's not. So we have to update some things here. So we have, composables, and its name needs to be root. And now we have our keep alive test, which is failing. That's so sad, Fishy. It's so sad. No, this is caused by me changing the test rather than by the branch being broken. So I've changed the test because I'm adding it somehow as a child, and it is something to do with the keep alive. Oh. It's because somehow maybe it's nested, maybe it's a child root. Yes. Yeah. What is it? What? What? Yes. Hi. Yes. Why is it remounting a page? Keep it. We should. I should. I'm getting lost in this. I need to go back and basically just say there is just one root, and it is this one, and I guess, and now it should work again, right? Oh, for goodness sake! What are you doing? Ow! There was much purring. This is terrible for actually getting any work done, you know. I have a nuxt hat. Somewhere. I have a nuxt hat. Although, I got some swag the other day from a brewery. They sent me Triple Point Brewing. And also lots of beer. So... That like, you're assuming it's intentional. It could also just be totally totally unintentional, which I think is likely the scenario. I'm not that organized. Okay, so this is working, but we still do have this router worn. I wonder if the solution is to replace the roots and add this. Dot. I would be nice if I could just do that, right? That would be... Wait, I can? Okay, that's so much better. Okay, this was nothing to do with me being an open source maintainer. I entered an Instagram competition and won it. I'm afraid. But I was very pleased. I won a year's free membership of my climbing gym and also £300 worth of beer. So I have loads of cans of beer downstairs in like cardboard boxes. I need you to... Actually, I should drink them on stream. That would be fun. I know. I am a lucky man. Oops. Okay, so here we are. And it's now actually working. And this is the buggy one. And now let's switch back to the branch. And is it still buggy? It's still buggy. But that might be because of the name. So we expect the component to have a because it should have a type, I think. Yeah, it should have a type or a name. Oh no, the type is the options. So it should have a name. So basically, we are expecting this component is going to be named, you know, my project's pages home.view, right? That's the name of it. And that should be, let me just check. We need to, okay, what's an example of people configuring this? C page, D page, and then they have C and it's got a name. Yeah, okay, so it's named, so this should be named home. Huh. Let me just check. Okay, so what is our example here of keep live? So we can use a regex. We can use an array. And the component needs a name option. Oh yeah, sorry, I missed that. It was not the define page meta, it was define options, right? So it needs a name. So we basically are going to say the name is home. Right. We do also need a name. Okay, so that should work. And now if I go back to main, it also works. So it's not a regression test yet. So that was properly working. Why then was it, what is the example of it not working, right? So we have just exclude, we don't have any include. Okay, so maybe that's it. So if we have just an exclude, that's correct. Yes, yeah, thank you, Alex, for that. I am not employed by Nuxt Labs. They do sponsor me though, which is greatly to their credit. Alex is totally supported, apart from, I think, that he has sponsors on GitHub, but he's supported through consultancy and other things, so go and sponsor him. If you like what he does, and I love it. I think his videos and so on are fantastic. So unsolicited. Right. So I'm a bit. So why is this working? So this is the bug report that they're reporting this as a bug. So it's not working. This is not working. Oh, no. It should exclude home. Okay, so now, yeah. I know, but it should exclude. Do I know how long I'll stream today? Well, are you going to go away somewhere? I am not going to stream any longer. I'm probably going to stop streaming in about 15 minutes. We'll see how far we go. Well, this is expected because we're excluding home. So, oh no. Oh no, you can interrupt me. So what's the bug then? Okay, so we need to find like a reproducible bug. So this one doesn't seem to be destroyed. A, B, that's fine. Then visit C and it doesn't work. Okay, so this is clearly a more complicated issue. So you have to visit a page that Now clicking go back. And A and B. And is there any nuxt config? No, so this is purely in here. Maybe it's the layout. I bet it's the layout. Okay, let's try that. And do any of these pages have a layout? Let's just wrap it in a layout and see if that makes a difference, okay? So we're going to say we have our app, which is going to be nuxt layout. And it should, I guess, have a default. Like that. Huh. There we go. So I'm going to take that and drop it down here. Still working, and drop it down here. And drop it down here. Okay, haha. So now it's not working. So the issue was McPizza. Nice to see you. Okay, so now basically the layout seems to be the trigger for the issue. So okay. So if we're basically saying exclude something else, then what's the name of this component? It's going to be name catch-all. We're going to exclude a catch-all. Okay, so, well, 4 and 2. That's excessive, right? Browsers are pretty cool. They are. Okay, so we're going to switch to this, and it works. Okay, so it does work. Now we really do have a regression test for the keep alive behavior. Good. I'm glad. So cool. Okay. Great. So I'm very pleased with that. So that's one of the issues. Then there is this one and this one. Okay, so yeah, that's good. This one, dynamically changing the keep alive attribute will invalidate all cached pages. See you later, Ponky. And it is basically a ref. So okay, so it should not remount a page when keep alive options are modified. So it should be something like const pages equals ref, and then we're going to basically pop that in there, and we're saying keep. So we'll do this specifically for the and as a comma, it's a string. Okay, and this one is going to be, so it's just going to be a string, and it's just going to say home, and we'll say like that. And so that should be not working, I guess, because it's working fine, presumably here, because it's destructuring it. So we're just going to say pages.value. And then what we're going to do is say pages.value equals home, comma, catch-all, and then navigate back to home. And it shouldn't change it. Now, does that work on main? Yes, that is basically a very fair summary of what this entire stream has been like, both on the point of view of the cat and on the regression test that we're adding now. I got sidelined into adding a regression test to a very good PR, but it lacked a regression test, so I feel quite proud of myself. Okay, so that is hopefully a regression test for this one. And now we need nuxt page slots not working with transition, which I feel like is a different thing. And there's a warning. So we can add this as well. So this should be, we're going to call this nuxt page, I guess. Maybe transition? No. I guess it's all nuxt page, right? We're just going to call this nuxt page.test.ts, and then we're going to describe keep alive, and we're also going to describe slots. Nuxt page slots, and it's going to have it's with a transition, and it's basically transition with slots. So it should render default slot with transition, and then we have this, and we're going to want to do something. Okay, it nuxt page should work with keep alive options, and we're going to do this, I think probably something very similar to that here, except we don't need to, actually we don't need to do this at all. We only need to render a page, and it should have, I think we only need to render nuxt page, and I think we only need to pass the transition options like this, and then we need to pass a slot, I guess. So the slot will be default, and it should take a component, and it should render that component like this. Right, okay, that's what it should be, and then there should basically be no warnings. And if I go to, I need to only, please. it doesn't exist anymore because we renamed it. So it's now nuxt page. It doesn't seem to be any warnings. Okay, it seems to be working, even on the main branch. So what's the bug? Oh, it renders a non-element root node that cannot be animated. So this might actually be more to do, this may be an SFC thing rather than, so I think that might be something we don't need to create a test for. So I'm just going to drop that like that. And there we go. Cool. So great. Test, add regression test. And oh, there's one more thing that I wanted to do, which was here we had, but we'll first commit that. But we basically had I had two comments here. So one was the regression test, and the second, this is a simpler way, I think, of page provider changes. I think we can just do this. And then I think we can also move this vnode thing, as long as it's still going to work. So I think this needs to be here and here. And then finally, I think we need to test using a weak map rather than a record. So oh, it's a string. I think what we want to do is look up the component type. So we would have, in that case, a weak map. Where is it defined? Component is going to be a vnode. Okay. So we'll basically say, looking up a vnode type, and we're going to get a root provider. Ah, it could be a string. Alex, hello, hello, hello. We have been singing your praises, and we've just added a regression test to the PR, which I hope you'll be pleased by. And now I was looking at implementing the weak map thing. So that's the problem, because it could be a string, right? So it may be that this is something we don't need to implement the weak map, but yeah, let's not. Let's just push what we've got. Okay, so unless you have a reason why you think that we should get the vnode outside of the slot. Normally, I would expect them to only be rendered inside the slot execution, but you may have had a reason. Yes, yes. Okay, let's try that. And then, hey, David, nice to see you. And then we would simply say get, now this refactor doesn't work. Okay, so now what we need to say is get root props component. If page root provider, then we basically set and that should be good. So then let's just test and see whether our it doesn't work. Does not like it. Ooh, what is this? There's an error. What have we done? We've pulled it out via get. Huh. Well, I didn't feel very strongly about it. Oh, we never set. Yeah, we know we did. Huh. Martin, nice to see you. So I think that, like, I don't think it should make a huge, difference. Oh, it should work with Algora. Yeah, it should. It may be that I just didn't see it. It's possible. Okay. I was told it worked with Algora, which is the only reason we're on Algora. Basically, Restream has more solid infrastructure, it seems. So we don't like have constant disconnections. So I'm doing this slightly differently. I'm not streaming to Algora anymore. I'm streaming to Restream, and Restream is then streaming to Algora. Okay, so Alex, if you want to have a review of what we've done and check that it's still good, then it is good for me. And any changes that you might want to make are absolutely welcome. Like, you can disagree with what I've done. But anyway, that is that. No, Restream streams to all the platforms, including Algora. Bombastic, nice to see you. Okay, so I'm glad we checked these things. It's nice to have a regression test to cover this, particularly in the unit test land, because there's more stuff that we can do. Then we were going to, oh yeah, we were waiting for this to complete, and it looks like a single test failed, so we'll just rerun that thing. And although it's good, right? So if a single test failed, we're just going to merge it. And now we can pull out, like, merge that into the other Anthony's other PR, which is, how do I like streaming to all the different platforms? I've been doing it for a while, and Twitch is, yeah, I've been doing it for a while, mostly because people asked. People couldn't access Twitch, or YouTube was more convenient for them. If it weren't for that, I would probably just stream to Twitch. I think Anthony streams to YouTube, which is also, you know, a good option. But I only do it to sort of expand ways people could potentially. Oh, what have I done? Have I broken it? Yeah, I've broken it. Probably lint error or something. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's true. People do just sort of seem to drop in. Ooh, this failed. Ah, it's the runtime test. I renamed it. So it's called Catch-all now. You know, I don't know, but maybe someone else does. Okay, right. This we now need to refactor, merge in. So that just needs to be merged, and I think it now needs to support somehow debug. Debug module mutation. Oh, maybe it doesn't need to be updated. What were we talking about here? Yeah. Okay, I think for now it's just the debug module mutation. Oh, it's get debug. So we do need to update it. That's going to be, where am I? In experimental. So that will need to be this is just so weird. So basically it exists here. What? Oh no, it's the wrong one. It's feat debug. Okay. Yeah, this is more expected. Okay, so expected that there's a conflict, that is. So basically this is the change that we're making, accept current change. Just confirm that this is the latest version, it seems to be. Run an install. And we have, oh my goodness, that's, so we want both. And then our types here, we want both, presumably. And then here we should have a get debug. And so that should be a Boolean. And it's probably good enough for now. Fix respect new object syntax debug. Nuxt, what would we call it? Nuxt, we support options, mutations by modules. Changes to Nuxt options by modules. Tracking. There we go. Beautiful. It's very important to get it like in the right character limit. Okay, so that seems good to me. Okay, that's very exciting. This is very exciting. Still doing CI. And there's more to do, but sadly, my time has come to an end and I must go. So it is very nice to see you all. And looking forward to another stream, another day. Let's see if there's anyone to follow on Twitch. I've been trying to follow more folk, so we should have some more. For goodness sake. Well, no one today, but I'll see you all another time. And thank you for joining.